Let's go. Let's go. Monkey.
Huh? Come on out. It's useless to hide from a fiend.
A fiend? A real demon?
Well, well. Just look at all of you crawling out of the woodwork.
You really are a demon.
What are demons doing in Forestland?
Huh? We're in Forestland?
Wow, this is awesome! I've never seen a demon before!
You think this is a safari? Surround them! We can't just stand by and let these filthy demons invade our home!
Oh boy, not this again. Don't tell me you guys are part of the Forestland Army too. Nah, doesn't matter. If it's a fight you want, I'll give you one.
Watch out!
Jeez, we're not even 30 seconds in.
First.
Parroting that epic guy? Typical Forestland Army dude. Yeah. Ow! 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 Hut! Yeah.
No! He touched me! It's all over! This is the end for me!
Quit your whining! We have to protect our country! We can't let these despicable monsters corrupt our home!
Say that again, you little
Wait, Prince!
old man! Thief!
Looks like you ran a little wild.
It's fun.
That'll teach him to mess with the Fiend Prince.
I say they could do with more punishment.
Please, I beg you, forgive them.
And who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Longo, their commander.
He helped me and Thief when we washed ashore. We owe him.
Huh.
My apologies for my youthful comrade's rudeness, Prince Beelzebub.
Longo, how can you bow your head to a demon?
That's enough, Udo. Your disrespect toward our guests beggars belief.
Guess? You mean these demons? You're not thinking of recruiting them to the Resistance.
The Resistance?
Come, let us discuss this further on the way.
New world. Woo! Look at all the trees.
My sincere apologies, Mr. Beelzebub. Many in Forestland fear demons, I'm afraid.
Don't worry about it. That's nothing new.
But why? It's like, but why? It's like, it's so weird that how can you fear something you've never seen? And it's like, that's the real question.
Forestland soldiers are pretty tough. I bet they train on the assumption that war could break out at any moment. That mindset alone might explain the difference in strength between them and the Royal Army.
Speed.
Hey, old man, any tips for fighting in bots?
I wouldn't call this some big secret, but predicting your opponent's next move will give you an advantage.
Yeah, that
Reading
works.
their mind?
Nothing so fancy. It's more about noticing patterns, guessing intentions, that sort of thing.
Sounds complicated. But I'll give it a try next time. You guys are Anne's resistor buddies, right? Those Forestland Army creeps kidnapped her.
Yes, Mr. Rao and Mr. Thief told me as much. Our scouts are monitoring Rosetta's tank brigade to try to determine the princess's location. Once they discover where she was taken, we will devote all our forces to the task of freeing her.
What the? I'm trying. Hey, what the? What are they? Oh. They're taking my hits like it's nothing. You know what? Mm-hmm.
You don't have to engage every last enemy. Picking your battles to save energy when you can makes a huge difference.
Fair enough. Don't want to be tired out for the fights we can't avoid if we want to stand a chance.
Mm-hmm. Ah! What the? Man, even the bees are attacking me.
This landscape's hostile in an entirely different way from Sandlands.
The air around here is way too clean for demons. It's giving me hives.
Is it?
Tell me about it. I've got a headache already.
At least that was sort of fun.
Now I see why they live. Now I see why they live in Sandland. I guess they don't like pure clean air. It's got to have something in it, like. Look at that.
Lots of steep inclines around here.
I bet you we could breeze right through them with one of our bots.
None of us could imagine our team without you.
You can find all sorts of things on the side roads here.
If no one ever comes by, never gets picked up after all.
Wait, how did all this stuff get there in the first place then?
Fell from the sky, maybe?
Don't question it. It's best not to question how loot shows up everywhere. Just collect it. Titanium ore. What the? Interesting.
Constantly going up and down all these hills really takes it out of you.
I'm exhausted. Isn't it about time we took a break?
Already? It's too soon to be getting tired.
We can't keep up with you, Prince.
I know.
Sure looks sturdy, but I bet I can break it with enough force.
Yeah. Huh? Wait, did I just... Is that all this is? Oh. Oh, whoa. Alright, that's enough messing around. Let's get this story going.
This landscape's hostile in an entirely different way from Sandlands.
The air around here's way...
By the way, who are you exactly? You seem to be very well informed.
I'm someone who failed to protect his kind and just king in his time of need. The most I managed to do for him was flee with his young, innocent daughter. Just a feeble old man, really.
Forest land's crisscrossed all over with rivers.
The hovercraft's gonna come in handy to cross them.
Be sure to watch out for them while crossing.
Whee!
I've been wondering. Coups don't happen out of the blue. Pulling one off requires careful planning. Were there no signs?
No. They may have had their differences, but Bread always held deep respect for King Jam. No one ever would have expected him to take such drastic measures.
Unless... What the? Oh. You can't have a... You can't drive in here. Ooh.
What exactly was Bread hoping to achieve through his coup d'etat? Anne thought he just wanted to seize more territory for Forestland, but is that really?
I know.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's something the four of us would like to know more about, too.
what the?
Swimmers? What are you doing here?
What was that about how you'd never join forces with us?
Or that line about how we'd never meet again, hmm?
You pipe down! Are you gonna turn down a request from an old comrade?
Huh? So this old man was in your band of thieves?
No! I was in the rebel army!
You mean to tell me you're that Longo?
That's correct, General Shiva.
I know how formidable an enemy you make. I'm glad to have you as an ally instead.
The reason he was so strong is because he had us swimmers on his side.
Papa, your face is all red.
You keep quiet, Sonny. Now, tell us what Bread's up to.
His his goal is to gather up the last 5 extant Aquanium capsules in the world and use them to restart Garum, the Flying Fortress.
The Flying Fortress?
The former Peachy mothership, which landed in Flatland so many years ago. After being modified for battle, it's said to have been the world's most powerful warship. It's unclear how much of this is true, but rumor has it that it took only 3 days for its terrible weapons to send Flatland, the world's wealthiest, most advanced nation, to the bottom of the ocean.
So, it's better than even Zeyu's fortress?
Without a doubt. If its capabilities require 5 times the Aquanium to power.
Wow.
What will they do if they ever manage to get it working again?
And in the bottom left? Who, Thief?
Well, Bread will have the power to bring the world to its knees.
To hell with that! After breaking free of one oppressor, I'm not bending to another!
I share that sentiment, which is why we...
Longo!
Excuse me, it seems I have urgent business to attend to. I will probably be occupied for some time, so why not rest up in the meantime?
We'll take you up on that.
Yeah.
Awful tired from
Well, the question is, did the Sandland manga come out before Blue Dragon or after?
Let's
'Cause
make
that'll
the rounds of the
determine
camp.
which one
We should
came
take the
first.
chance
But
to gather whatever
I kind of forgot
intelligence
what the
we
village
can.
elder from Blue Dragon looks like, to be honest. Okay, so the manga came way before.
All right.
Well, in that case, then that means Blue Dragon's copying Sandland. Ha. Sandland came out November 2000. Blue Dragon, December 2006. 7 as it. Oh yeah, there's a Blue Dragon anime as well. Yeah. There is it. Yeah, I forgot Blue Dragon does have an. Actually, Blue Dragon has 3 games total. We've only played the first one. Oh, Battle Tank Blue Band 4. Now select. Blue Tank. Oh, I'm broke. Oh boy. Oh, I own so many of these. I could kind of, yeah. Get rid of some of this stuff. I want to sell it because we only have 2, so. Even though it says, yeah, see, it says sell it. Which is a high price. Like, really? Sure about that? Because these are, yeah, like, that says for selling as well. Accessories and cut. Oh, okay. So. It's just cut. Yeah. Oh, now you can buy max. And health maxes.
Thank you.
Interesting. So what are we doing? Yeah, give me that health. And you guys get oh. Ugh. Whoa. Here comes the drama.
Sorry about earlier.
A laudable attitude. Cowed by the prince's might, are you?
Don't get ideas. I'm apologizing only because Longo told me to.
Are you apologizing or trying to pick a fight?
Sorry.
Okay, okay. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
By the way,
Jeez.
do you know anything about the Flying Fortress Garum?
Well, I'm just a new recruit, so I can't say I know much. Udo says activating it would be like restarting the war that nearly destroyed the world 50 years ago. I have a hard time seeing it as some terrifying doomsday weapon, but if Udo says so...
So it's capable of destruction that would make the bomb that all but wiped out the Peachy look like a firecracker.
Yellow shirt. You mean Rao? I don't know. It doesn't sound like him. I'm pretty sure most of the actors, the voice actors, are from like various medias of anime. Like, think Bruce Campbell do a voice anime?
Oh, you're those demons from before. Remember me?
Not really. It's pretty hard to tell all you humans apart.
So demons have difficulty distinguishing humans, do they?
What are you doing? Taking notes?
Well, you know, knowledge is power, especially for wimps like me.
If you're weak, what are you doing in the Resistance?
Knowledge.
I'm a royalist. I want King Jam back in charge of this country. Everyone here would say the same.
And that's reason enough to lay down your life for him? I'll never understand humans.
Fascinating. So demons struggle with the idea of self-sacrifice. There.
Why, that's not true at all. I'd gladly give my life for King Lucifer.
What about for me?
I suppose I'd at least lay down my whiskers for you.
Wow, thanks a lot.
Okay. Probably should have seen that coming.
I mean... I think what it is that humans and demons are kind of the same. The only difference is demons don't have to do scheming or any like
Here we go.
like they're true to themselves. They don't have to hide it. Well, except for Beelzebub, he hides that he actually cares about everybody. He puts on this tough guy act. But he lets his actions speak for him.
Longo?
What's wrong? You look agitated.
We found the princess.
What? Say no more. Longo's in the command center.
Heard that, Prince? Let's go see Longo.
Sure.
How are we supposed to exit? This place is designed crazy.
Here we go. Whoop.
Treasure before we go. Oh, I see one. Okay. Also, I saw a giant chest back here. I have that in my life. I need that in my life. What? Oh, you can't get up there. Oh, that at least. Mm-hmm. Oh, Duel Masters! I used to watch that. That and I had the cards and I had the video games. So, yeah. I know all about Duel Masters. We should do that. We should do a couple of those
said you
games
found
sometime.
Yes. Rosetta's tank brigade has stopped at Enmill Base to the northeast.
Oh, the PS2 game of Duel Masters. I have
The
the
Resistance will set out in pursuit with all
I
possible
have the
haste.
Game Boy Advance games, but if I'm gonna do those games, I'm gonna do the retro achievements with
If
them.
you're willing to lend us a hand,
It gives
please
it
head
a
to the
bit
base
more
as
like
well.
challenge. Mm. Mhm. Maybe that's what we can do. Maybe, heck, maybe after Sandland, that's what we could do. We can oh, let me yeah. Well, let's do the PS2 version of Duel Masters, because it's been a long time since I played that game. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind doing that game again. I've never done it for stream, but I'm willing to for it now. Because
Wonder what we'd find if we drove
movies
the
and then
hovercraft across the
stuff like.
sea.
I don't know. But you can't do it in a hovercraft. It'd break down before long, and you'd be stranded.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe let's ditch that idea.
So yeah, next game that we can do is let's do Duel Masters, because I would love to do that game again. I did it when I was younger, when the time when Duel Masters was really popular. It was really popular for a short amount of time before it just
The topography here has some pretty intense.
it just was
verticality.
overtaken by it was just overtaken by
You're gonna end up
Yu-Gi-Oh
tumbling down.
so vastly. Like when Yu-Gi-Oh came out, a bunch of other
I'm not that clumsy.
games came out, like card games, but they couldn't keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, and plus, I feel like Duel Masters plays more like Magic the Gathering than Yu-Gi-Oh as well. It's a much more simplistic system to understand, I feel.
Farsland soldiers are pretty tough.
Yeah.
I bet they train on the assumption that
Well-
war could break out at any moment.
Magic the
That
Gathering's
would
been
settle
around
down
long
and explain the
before
difference
was
in
out
strength between them and the Royal
long
Army.
existed long before Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. So, but and I like Magic the Gathering. It's just they put in all these systems after a while. That's just like you have to kind of relearn it all over again. And I kind of don't want to get into new Yu-Gi-Oh because it's like I don't even know what's going on in those with that.
Make sure not to go in so deep that you can't touch the bottom, Prince.
Uh-huh, thanks.
Bots are generally no good in the water either.
Got it, okay? I know how to keep myself from drowning.
Alright. Let's go! Boom, 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 boom. Oh, rescue mission. This is it. This is it. This is it. We'll soon have it. I'll soon have the battle bot. Yay.
It's
We're
odd
gonna
that
go.
few people seem to live around here, considering how resource-rich the place is.
My guess is that most of the terrain is too rugged to build sizable settlements on.
Adjust.
At least that was sort of fun.
Nice.
It's odd that few people seem to live around here, considering how
The only
resource-rich
downside to this game, they tend to
My
repeat
guess
the
is that
same
most
thing
of the
over and
terrain
over
is
after
too
a
rugged
while.
to build sizable settlements on. So as a result, whatever towns do exist must be densely populated.
Does everybody in Forestland have bots or something?
I seriously doubt that. Bots are expensive to buy and maintain.
Well, it all comes down to the economy, really, Ralph. I mean, of a nation. Like, just because Sandland has this where it would take a lot of money to take care of a bot,
Damn.
maybe in Forestland, it'd probably be like pennies to the dollar or something. It's like chump change. Yeah. See, I don't even know what XYZ summoning is. That's how far back I am.
Who'd have thought there'd be ruins behind
What
the
am I
waterfall?
doing? This is not
If
the
it
way,
was
by the
intentionally
way.
built in a concealed location, it might be a shelter.
Sheltar?
So,
It's a place for people to hide or take cover during an emergency. Judging by the shape and design, this was probably built long, long ago.
They still
I
had
don't know.
things to hide from back then.
There's
too,
another one.
huh?
there's another one, synchro summoning. That's another one I don't know about either. It's like you got to go further back. You got to go way further back, and I'll be like, oh yeah, now I know what that is. I know what that is. Let's see. When was it? Yes, GX days. The beginning and middle of GX days would work. Because, I guess the latest game I played, if I'm right, that I knew everything was going on, was, the PS2 GX game. If that's the latest. I think that's as far as I could go.
What kind of stuff do you think people usually eat around here in Forestland?
With all these trees, I'd imagine fruit is a major part of Forestlanders' diets.
Yeah.
Probably fish as well, given the easy access to the sea and rivers.
It's really different from Sandland then.
Yeah. Hi, Joker. Thanks, pal. I owe you one. You're welcome.
This place is overflowing with creatures you'd never see in Sandland.
The different climate in this region inherently results in a different ecosystem.
Does that mean there could be totally different kinds of demons here too?
Well, I
Tag
don't know
Force,
about
no.
that.
No. Tag Force, I've never heard of. I don't think I've seen Tag Force. Released to PSP, Game Boy. Tag Force was on Game Boy. DS. No. Is it DS? I'm gonna have to look at the time. I'm gonna have to look up a list of the Yu-Gi-Oh games because I can tell which ones I have played and which ones I have not. Because I have a good memory of all that.
Here we go.
The road's well maintained.
I mean, I could already tell you.
Cut out over
I
it.
have played
Something
Forbidden
decent.
Memories, Dark Duel
If
Stories.
you want to drive, do it with care.
But when I'm in Sandland, I can charge wherever I want.
Let's see. A lot of the Game Boy Advance games, Yu-Gi-Oh games I did. Like the ones that have years on them. Like Stairway to the Destined Duelist. Dark Duelist Souls. What else? What's there? The weird Yu-Gi-Oh games that were like, they, what was it called? It was like over top. It's like an top down type. Like you get to run around as a character, as your own character, and you're involved in the
Make sure
events
not
of
to go in so deep
Battle
that
City.
You can't touch the bottom,
I forget what
Prince.
it's called.
Thanks.
Bots are generally no good in the water either.
I've got it, okay? I know how to keep myself from drowning.
Wait, I also played the original Xbox game. Yu-Gi-Oh. Wasn't that called Dawn of Destiny? Oh my god. Now yeah, Dawn of Destiny was the Yu-Gi-Oh that was on the original Xbox. Let's see if I can find a list of Yu-Gi-Oh games.
Soldiers pass through here, but they haven't found Trick Camp.
Yeah, a list of
It's
video
surrounded
games.
by cliffs and
Tell me
thick
you got the date.
vegetation, so it's hard to see and easy to defend.
They put a lot of thought into their location, huh?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Duel Stories. Yeah, there's that one. Forbidden Memories. Yeah. Wait. Okay, I see what's going on there. Eternal Duelist Soul is the Game Boy Advance game that I played. Duelist of the Roses is another one. This Sacred Cards, I think that's the one that yeah. Sacred Cards is the one I played
Hey,
also.
man,
That's the
thanks for
weird
finding
one
it.
that's like it changed
I
how
wouldn't
the
call
game
this some
plays.
big secret, but
Stairway
predicting
to the
your opponent's
Destined
next move
Duelist
will give
is
you an
another one.
advantage.
World Championship
Like reading their
Tournament
minds?
2004.
Nothing so fancy. It's more about noticing patterns, guessing intentions,
Dawn of
that sort
Destiny.
of thing.
Yeah.
Sounds complicated. But I'll give it a try next time.
Wait. No. Dawn of Destiny never had a PS2 release. Unless they named it something else. Unless it's under a different name. Because that was an exclusive Xbox release. Yeah. What else was there? Oh, Seven Trials of Glory World Championship Tournament 2005. Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. No, it didn't do that one, but
It's odd that
Yu-Gi-Oh!
people
GX
seem to
Duel,
live
like,
around here. considering
I
the
think I
resource
played
rich the place
Duel
is.
Academy for the Game Boy Advance.
My guess is that most of the terrain is too
I
rugged
never
to build
did
sizable
The
settlements on.
Championship Tournament 2006.
So as a result, whatever towns do exist must be densely
What's-
populated.
Yeah, now we're going into the DS age. Oh, okay. The PS2 version's called The Beginning of Destiny. Yeah, I just saw it too on the list. That's what's confusing us. Yeah. So what is this supposed to be like? Dawn of Destiny? Just
The road's well maintained.
we
The
are
trees jut
completely
out
off
over it
track
and obstruct
now.
the view sometimes. If you want to drive,
I've never
do it
seen
with
this game
care.
before.
But when I'm in Sandland, I can charge wherever I want.
What else is there? And now we're into, okay, now I'm going into the 2010, yeah, 2010s. Yeah, at this point, I'm in 2010s, I'm like, none of this makes sense. Heck, even like, let's see, hang on. Yeah, I think, yeah, 20,
This landscape's hostile in an entirely
20,
different way from Sandland.
2006, yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's when Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy came
giving me
out.
hives.
Wait, yeah.
Tell me about it. I've got a headache already.
I could have sworn there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, maybe? A Yu-Gi-Oh! GX game that came out for, whatchamacallit? On the PS2. Was there one? A Duel Academy game on,
The
PS2?
road's well maintained, but trees
Is
jut out
that
over
the
it and
only
obstruct the view
one?
sometimes. If you want to drive,
Huh.
do it with care.
Do you hang out in a whatchamacallit? Like, you're able to go to your own dorm and stuff? It had, like, a map and stuff? And you run around. Ooh. God, that looks terrible. Ooh, that looked yeah. By the time, yeah, yeah, the last real Yu-Gi-Oh game in time I played was
This landscape's hostile in an entirely different way from Sandlands.
The air around here is way too clean for demons. It's giving me hives.
Tell me about it. I've got a headache already.
yeah, that's the only one. I think yeah, 2005. Sadly, after 2005 would probably be when I was just like, yeah, because I kept up, but the moment they started adding all the weird stuff, like after GX, and started doing
Constantly going up
synchro
and down all
monsters,
these hills
5D,
really takes it out of you.
5D tags and
Exhausted.
tag
Isn't it
force
about
and
time
stuff.
we took a
That's
break?
when I was like, no, I don't want to get involved in this.
We can't keep up with you, Prince.
You know, a really interesting game I would love to play is Falsebound Kingdom. You gotta leave it. You gotta give it to Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh! When it came to like taking their game and turning it into different things. Though, like instead of just cards, we had games where it's like playing chess, which was like Duelist of the Roses.
The road's well maintained, but trees
Capsule
jut out over
Monsters,
it
which
and
I
obstruct the view
found
sometimes.
interesting.
If you want to drive,
Yeah.
do it with care.
But when I'm in Sandland, I can charge wherever I want.
I tried to play Master Duel, but I realized like all everybody ever does is play decks that are just like you can win with one turn, and that's like that destroys the purpose of the game, in my opinion. That doesn't make it fun anymore. It makes it very boring to me. You know, what Konami needs to do actually is create. I feel like they should create stronger rotations for that. Like sometimes have XYZ summons, sometimes have Link summons, or like at least 2 of those. So it's not all junked up. Cause isn't there like 20,000 cards now or something crazy?
Hey, we've actually traveled pretty far, huh?
I don't even know if I have
Yeah,
anything
I never
on
imagined
Master
we'd end
Duels.
up going all this
Anything
way
worth
when we left
playing.
Demon Village.
You said it. Never thought we'd end up in a different country.
I'm not. I can't exactly
Fun though,
dump
you
money
see
into
more
that
of the
game,
cool
sadly.
stuff.
So.
The road's well maintained, but trees jut out over it and obstruct the view sometimes. If you want to drive, do it with care.
But when I'm in Sandland, I can charge wherever I want.
Really? Oh, I'll have to look at it again. It's like, I can learn it. I can learn the systems. It's just, you can't exactly really learn it on the fly when everything is happening all at once. I think that's the downside of Master Duels. I feel it's like there's no real tutorial about the like certain cards and mechanics. They kind of just give you the basics and then throw you in, and it's like, good luck. It's like, what?
At least that was sort of fun.
There we go. But yeah, we should do Duel Masters. When I'm done Sandland, I'll do that. I'll do Duel Masters. Hopefully I get Sandland done fast enough that it's like I have the time to do Duel Masters and complete it before the next big thing that comes
It's
out.
odd that few people seem to live around here, considering how
Hey, look!
resource-rich the place is.
It's blue.
My guess is that most of the terrain is too rugged to
Ooh.
build sizable settlements on. So as a result,
you-
whatever towns do exist must be densely populated.
What's going on up here? Let me go. So anyway.
I
Doing this.
knew you would come, Mr. Beelzebub.
You really did show up, huh?
Got a problem with that?
What's the situation?
As bad as it could get.
Supreme Commander Brett just arrived at Enmill Base.
We believe he's there to take custody of Anne.
A missing princess suddenly returns a decade later. I can see how that would merit the attention of the Supreme Commander himself.
What happens if he does take her with him?
she'll become a figurehead to prop up the legitimacy of Bread's rule, or else a scapegoat to turn the people against the Royalists. Either way, she'll be nothing but a pawn.
Then we have to get the princess back sooner rather than later.
The base has been on high alert since Bread's arrival. We stand no chance if we try to take them head on. Mr. Rao, how would you approach this problem?
Simple. Divide and conquer. We have the bulk of our forces draw the enemy's attention, while a small crack squad sneaks in to save Anne.
I was thinking the exact same thing. But who to choose for the stealth operation?
You want a crack squad? You can't get more crack than the swimmers.
That doesn't sound right. That whole entire sentence just wrong. You can't get more crack.
Yeah, for swimming. You want a crack fighter? You come to me.
We don't have time to argue. I'll choose the teams myself. Mr. Rao, will you command the infiltration team?
Of course.
Ha! See?
Lingo chose Shiva, not you.
And not you either.
Oh my god. You guys think-
We can't delay a moment longer. It's time to move out. Udo, Horto, stir up a racket to draw the enemy's attention.
Yes, sir. Ah, I thought for sure we'd get the starring role this time.
We're heading out.
Let's go. Ow.
Lots of sharp turns on these mountains.
If you're going to use a bot, please drive slowly.
Hey, if we
Woo!
fall, we'll just deal with it.
You can't deal with it if you're dead. I mean, you'll be fine. But jeez, I don't think.
We'll attract too much attention if all three of us move together. Let's split up. Prince, we'll use your telepathy to communicate.
Okay.
And don't you dare suddenly go, ah, in our heads to make us jump.
Yeah.
Wait, you'll do that?
Comrades in arms, proud defenders of our beloved forest land.
Who's that?
I am your supreme commander, Brett.
That's.
It has now been 10 years since King Cham was seduced by a wretched thief into betraying our fatherland. Long have we waited for our king to come to his
Gotta be
senses.
more careful.
I didn't know this was a sneaker.
Though the king himself still has my undying respect, he remains spellbound to this very day. Trapped in his own mind, he is but a walking corpse. And a nation of the living cannot be governed by the dead. We need new leadership, a new monarch.
Here we go.
And who is worthy of the throne, they ask.
Supreme Commander!
The fate of my fellow soldiers truly
Here we go.
my heart. Alas, love of country and martial strength alone make not a king. What is more, our beloved forest land now faces an unprecedented crisis. A Sandland fiend disguised as the woman we knew as Queen Lily is to blame for corrupting
Saw
our
me. Gotta be more
now
careful.
Supreme Commander Zayden, the honorable leader of our neighbor, has been deposed by another such fiend. Worse still, the entire royal army now lies in that villain's clutches. I am sure you do not need me to explain what that means, but let me be clear. This creature of pure evil will deviously manipulate the royal army into invading Forestland.
He's just making up lies.
Oh my god, will you let me up the stairs? What is with this place?
Oops, I saw him. Gotta be more careful.
What about this one? No. I hate doing stuff in a game. It's so
Be more careful.
annoying. Give us a choice.